In the last learning module, we looked at the idea of refraction and how light rays can bend when they're moving from one substance into another. And we use this to start understanding the shapes of lenses we've been talking about. So using Snell's law to think about how a light ray comes from air into the lens material, it bends some, and then when exiting back out into air, it bends again. And this helped us understand why different shapes of lenses act as either converging or diverging lenses. In this module, we're going to do something building on this idea, but slightly different. Rather than thinking about light rays that start in air, go through some material, and come back out into air, we're going to consider what if our object itself, what if our light rays started inside the material and then just came out into air? So what if there was something inside this material and I'm standing on the outside looking at it? How is refraction going to affect what this object looks like to me? As an example, here we have a picture of a straw that is partially submerged in a beaker of water, and we can see that the straw part that's inside the water and the straw part that's outside the water appear shifted. So the fact that this straw sitting inside the water, the light rays coming from that straw to my eye, which is outside of the water, bend or refract as they travel out of water into air. This affects the apparent position of the straw to me. This is why I see this kink. It also affects the apparent size of the straw. So if I take a little line here, that in the air this line appears to be the same width as the straw. If I move this down to the portion of the straw I'm looking at underwater, it looks like the straw is a little bigger. There's a little bit of straw that is not covered by my line here. And so the light rays, as they refract coming out of the water towards my eyes, appear to affect not just the position of the straw, but also the size of it. These are the questions that we're going to investigate in this module and try to understand how do we predict the apparent position and the apparent size of an object when it is sitting in one material and we are outside of that material, usually in air, observing this object.